know, when you get excited about going somewhere special just because of the history, the tradition, this is one of those kind of places. Road America at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin for the REV Group Grand Prix presented by AMR at Road America.
It's time for those most famous words in all of sports. Here to give the command, please welcome today's Grand Marshal, New York Fire Department Lieutenant Anthony Mancuso.
Drivers, start your engines.
For Harding Steinbrenner Racing, he's 19 and he's leading an IndyCar field to green. Road America, this is a classic. He has won here in Indy Lights. Can he do it in the big leagues in the NTT IndyCar Series? They're crawling up the hill. Colton Herta's controlling the pace, and now they go. Here at Road America.
Rossi tucks in behind Herta. 3 in line as they go to turn 1. That's Willpower. Here comes Rossi to the outside. He's going to go big.
Super late start. Rossi around the outside, and he's going to pull that off. He's got to turn in on him here.
Turn 3. Herta's not giving it up. Herta's not giving it up, and it's close. Rossi gets the lead.
What a great start, but Colton Herta needs to tuck in and follow his teammate now and not get overhauled by Willpower going down into turn 5.
Looked like Power had a run, and he does on Colton Herta. Let's see if he stays in line. He does. Further back, they start to fan out, and here comes
Sato.
The wild thing. Takuma Sato makes a move.
Newgarden dropping back from 4th position. Cars.
Oh no, Dixon.
Dixon's in trouble.
That's a wild ride from Ericsson. Here comes Dixon, spins it around, flick spin at turn 5.
Anti-stall. He almost stalled it there.
I think he was in the wrong gear, probably still in 2nd or 3rd gear. There you see Hunter Ray behind Dixon. Dixon gets wide on the curb on turn-in and has to check up. Hunter Ray gets into the back of him. We understand it's under review, but I think I'm going to point to the mistake from Dixon. They've got to consider that in the ruling here.
Yeah, he got kind of sideways there on the brakes, locked it up on that curb, and overslowed. We'll see here. Watch the hands. As he comes down here, he gets on the curb. Watch his hands. He's all sideways, and then he gets tapped from Hunter Ray.
So I wonder how race control will see that. Let's watch the start again.
Watch the move from Alexander Rossi, the blue and yellow. Napa, Honda, side by side, wheel to wheel with young Colton Herta, and kept his foot in it to go right around the outside.
Terrific stuff. Colton Herta with a great jump on the start. Totally legal, right in the start zone. Rossi drops right into the draft, and look at how that affects his straight line speed coming to 1. Gives him a chance to get a wheel up on Herta.
Couldn't put a piece of paper between those two cars.
They were terrible on Friday. He said, I don't know what's going on. The car just feels so disconnected. We seem lost. And then on Saturday, in the middle of qualifying, he lost an engine. They had to replace that engine. It was an older mileaged out engine, so they expected to replace it after this race. They had to do it a little bit early, so they have come from behind all weekend long, Scott Dixon, and here he is in the top 10. Another pass there for Ryan Hunter-Ray.
Well, he's still got some work to do. He has 3rd fastest race lap at a 145.7. The fastest race lap is Alexander Rossi at a 45.2.
These two, then Rosenquist, who's having a terrific day. Scott Dixon, his teammate, up to 9th, and Ryan Hunter-Ray 10th.
And what a difference a pit stop can make for Colton Herta. I'm sure he's still probably in shock after such a dominant weekend in practice and qualifying to start on pole. He did lose the position to Rossi on the start, but now he finds himself 20 seconds back and struggling to figure out how to get around Pagenaud.
Got a little run here. He's going to take a look. Pagenaud sees it, makes him go to the outside, and he's deep on the brakes and turns in on him, and they make big contact.
Second time that Herta's had wheel-to-wheel contact.
Rosenquist goes flying through, says, thanks, fellas, I'll take those 2 spots. Herta almost hits Dixon. Dixon stays to the inside. That was pretty hairy stuff. Pagenaud's car is wounded, I'm pretty sure.
Well, it went into anti-stall mode. It's like it stalled the motor and the revs cut off, so he's trying to get the thing started again, and it cost him a lot of time, but the guy who made out there was Dixon. He just swooped by all of them.
I'm not sure that the steering wheel didn't get knocked out of Simon Pagenaud's hands. Watch this side-to-side contact. Right there, you can see his hands. Yeah, it slipped right off the wheel. He goes straight, trying to find the steering wheel again, trying to save his wrist from being broken, and there goes Colton Herta, And now we get to see Dixon.
Check him out. He's just coming along here. I'll pass you.
Watch this.
And I'll take you as well. Wow. You get out of your comfort zone of what you do for training, but look at this.
Oh.
This could be a big issue, a big piece of concrete in the middle of the track right there. That is not something you'd want kicked up into a driver's face. So we might get a yellow because certainly that is a hazard on the track.
I think that race control needs to take a look at that. Plus, in the kink, the fastest corner on the track, look at all of that spent Firestone rubber building up. That's going to factor in. If two guys go side by side through the kink, only one is going to come out. Right now, Alexander Rossi looking at that big chunk of asphalt over in turn 8 or 7, excuse me, and saying, don't worry, it's fine, not an issue. He doesn't want a yellow right now.
Yeah, but hit that and you will immediately get a punctured tire. And at this high speed of a track, you puncture a tire and you could go immediately off track and into the wall. So it'll be interesting to see what IndyCar does. They typically don't like to throw a lot of full course cautions.
Yeah, but in that case, that's a 3-pound cannonball sitting over there. That big chunk.
It was a big chunk.
So Rossi comes in and the leader has no impact with anybody coming in as they're finishing their stop. There are options here, but they're going to go for the black sidewall. Primary Firestone, Speedway fuel, half a turn of front wing. Final stop of the day. Alexander Rossi is back out looking to win.
Who has 18 seconds.
He's got no more rear grip. He's hanging on for dear life. Hinchcliffe is all over the back bumper.
This has been kind of a James Hinchcliffe of old drive today from the Canadian. Really encouraging stuff.
And Scott Dixon starting to struggle a bit. That's why Dixon was asking about any changes.
2 to go. Let's go get him, bud.
8 miles to go. Not 2 laps sounds like nothing. There's 8 miles of racing still to go.
And for those of you watching north of the border, can't wait.
Oh!
Big loose. I told you his tires were gone. He nearly lost it there, and Hinchcliffe whistles right by. And here comes Scott Dixon.
Those tires are going to be dirty now. Dixon has the best chance to make a run with more push to pass. Herta defending on the button. Dixon's on the button as well.
Herta's coming back. He's coming back on him.
These two were together at Texas 2 weeks ago. Herta gets the place back. Dixon might get both of them. Side by side with Hinchcliffe.
Dixon outside, Dixon out.
They tag each other. Dixon wants a shot at Herta on the inside to turn 6.
Herta's out of push to pass. Hinchcliffe is out of push to pass. Dixon with 13 seconds and coming strong.
His tires are toast. He's just got to line it up one more time.
From last on lap 1 to a possible 5th place. That's what Scott Dixon does.
And for Hinchcliffe, he goes from 4th or 5th to 8th. In one corner.
Look at how loose he is. Look at even Dixon's super loose. He's got pickup on the right front as well, but he gets a nice little run.
Watch him hang on here.
White flag is already been shown.
That's so loose he can barely turn the steering wheel. But let's see down in Canada corner. Does Colton's car, does the rear slide away on him?
Rossi's so far ahead, the white flag has already been shown to the race leader.
Dixon just has to stay close. He has a massive advantage on this last lap because of the 2 long straightaways and 13 seconds of push to pass. What does his teammate Rosenquist do? Here comes Dixon.
Wide. He's way wide, Herta. He
Yes,
missed
no
the
push to
apex.
pass.
Here we go.
6 seconds.
This should be
Last
easy
lap.
for Dixon.
One
He
more
should
lap.
blow right by.
Outside
Hang
to
on,
turn
dude.
1.
You're doing great.
There we go.
Oh, he's going to come back on him. He got so loose. Dixon hangs on.
Oh, Herta's got nothing.
Look at sideways again. Rosenquist is going to dive.
What happened there is Herta went up the driver's right, and there's so much debris and used rubber that his tires have tons of pickup now.
Hinchcliffe might get a couple positions back here if these guys crash into each other.
Rosenquist side by side now with Herta. He was growing frustrated and got held up there.
Herta's good on the brakes, but
Easy.
he's locked up. He's going to run way wide.
So does Rosenquist. Look at Herta's tires are still filthy from that turn 1 incident.
While we enjoy this, get ready. The race leader's coming to the checkered flag. He's so far out in front. Alexander Rossi, here he is, final 2 turns, climbs the hill one last time. This has been something special. We told you right in the pre-race show, this young American star was sick of finishing second. There's no way he's second today. He wins at
Nice
Road
job, Alex.
America.
Nice drive. Well
Alexander
done.
Rossi
Good job, boys.
victorious in
Jeremy,
Wisconsin.
excellent. Thanks.
With that strategy to finish on sticker reds. It just didn't work out. Newgarden with a really nice podium along with Will Power, his teammate Graham Rahal fourth. And Dixon, after going to the back on that spin, is going to come home fifth with no yellows.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.